acceptance for my supper is all I ask.
Tired of bread and stew? Had enough?
What?
Nice to meet
Why are
you.
you looking at me?
Yourself and your kin to a choice cut of steak or a tender
Are you
rack of
always
ribs?
drunk?
Only if I can help it. But damn if I ain't almost sober. Hey, in the Bannered Mare, there's this bottle of Argonian ale. The good stuff. Get it for me. They won't even know it's gone. Come on. Sure, whatever. That Heimsker's
Steaks fit
crazy.
for a jarl.
Him and
Come
his
see my
dog
selection
are
of finest
Talos.
quality meats.
We should just shut up.
Come on in. We got warm food, warm drinks, and warm beds.
Any news of the Alakir?
Well, I was unable to defeat them all, and they're coming for you.
What? How? I thought they weren't allowed within the city.
They've found a way in. We need to get you out of here.
But where will I go? I can't keep running forever.
There's a horse waiting at the stables. I'll make sure you're safe.
After all this, I have to pick up and leave again? If you really think this is the only way, I trust you. Let's not waste any time. It's been a pleasure.
The finest cuts, fresh from the wilds.
Goods and wares of all kinds, and all can be yours. Welcome to you.
That's a curious trinket you have there. What is it exactly?
Ah, this reminds this one of an old customer. Ario Avelen, his name was. A scholar obsessed with knowledge and things of metal and magic. He would have appreciated this piece. Yes. Rissad has perused the scrolls of this Ario. Many strange symbols, much talk of machines and magic. A clever one, this Ario, though perhaps a bit too fond of the forbidden arts.
Does Khajiit know of this Ario?
Remember, an old customer of this one. He sought wares from Rissad, rare metals, strange trinkets. Always tinkering, always seeking knowledge. He spoke of a creation, a marvel unlike any other. But the details he kept close, like a pearl hidden in its shell. Unfortunate what happened 6 years ago. Sad it is. Khajiit wishes warm sands for Ario in the afterlife.
What happened 6 years ago?
6 years ago. A time of chaos. Rissad remembers well. The whispers in the caravan spoke of a rift in workshop. A raid. A tragedy. Not a tale for the faint of heart. No.
Perhaps you have encountered Madran or Akari. Both are sworn to me, and both have worthy goods to offer.
I've heard you've been running into trouble along the road.
It is all in this note.
I'm curious about your homeland.
The Khajiit hail from a distant land called Elsewhere, bordered on the north by Cyrodiil. and the south by the glistening blue waters of the sea. Elsewhere is an arid land of deserts and rocky canyons, where the sun shines warmly, always. There are cities so ancient, the sands have swallowed them whole. But now I will say no more, for I miss my home greatly.
Why sell your goods in Skyrim?
An astute question, for we are far from home, and this is a cold, hard land. The wise trader finds the best opportunities, even if he must travel far to find them. Skyrim is a ripe opportunity indeed. The dragons and the war have scared many other traders away, but for those with courage, there is much profit to be made.
What have you got for sale?
Take a look. May your road lead you to warm sands.
The warm sands is far
How
away
may
from
this
here.
Khajiit welcomes you, and also your coin.
The roads of Skyrim lead to many dangers. The longer we travel the roads of Skyrim, the more empty this land seems. May your bed be warm. Welcome
Greetings.
to Khajiit's humble camp. I hope that you will come to do business with us again.
Come and see what foods I got.
Well met. Why are you after Sadia?
She sold the city out to the Aldmeri Dominion. The other noble houses, the resistance against the Dominion is alive and well in Hammerfell, and they want justice.
Greetings, citizen. Staying out of trouble, I presume?
You know what's wrong with Skyrim these days? Everyone is obsessed with that.
Welcome. Let me know if you want anything.
This is an
I think
ode
I
to
got a few
Skyrim's
mug around here
staunch
somewhere.
protectors.
I really thought you'd be able to save me.
We drink to our youth, today's
I really thought you'd be able to save me.
age of aggression is just about done. We'll drive out the storm cloaks and restore what...
I spend a lot of time at the market stall so I can learn the merchant's trade. I need more experience if I'm going to run an inn someday.
Watch the skies, Jude.
We meet at last, my dear lady.
What is this? What have you done?
Oh, come now. You didn't really expect to manipulate people forever, did you? Your luck had to run out sometime. Now we'll take our friend here back to Hammerfell, where she will pay the price for her treason.
She won't be harmed.
Not on the way back. Once she gets there, it's not up to me to decide what's done with her. And as for you, I owe you a portion of the reward, don't I? Well, here you go. Spend it wisely, and if I may, don't allow yourself to be fooled by a pretty face. You're better than that. Until next time.
What do you need? You're like me, eh? Don't fancy those clunky two-handed weapons.
Have you seen Lucan lately? He's practically glued to those dusty Dwemer books.
Thank you so much for taking care of those thieves.
Sure.
The Riverwood Trader is back to the way it used to be.
Has Lucan always liked the Dwemer?
Oh, he's always been a bit of a tinkerer. Always fascinated by anything that's clever or unusual. Even back in Cyrodiil, he was always taking things apart and trying to put them back together. He dreamed of being an inventor, you know? Creating amazing contraptions just like those Dwemer marvels. But, well, let's just say that kind of ambition doesn't always pay the bills in a place like Skyrim.
Inventing isn't profitable.
Not exactly. Most folks here care more about brawling and drinking mead than about clever gadgets. Can you imagine trying to sell a self-cleaning chamber pot to a Nord? They'd probably use as a helmet. Seriously, have you ever heard of a famous inventor from Skyrim? Even those mages at Winterhold seem more interested in summoning storms than building useful things.
Is this Avalon person the exception?
He was, I guess. But even he was more of a theorist than a practical inventor. Lucan spent a fortune on one of his research papers a few years back. Talked about building sentient automatons. Imagine that! But it's all just fancy words on paper. The only automatons around here are those rusty Dwemer contraptions buried underground. I just wish Lucan would focus on something more realistic. Like finding a nice wife and settling down. Running a shop is stressful enough without him chasing after impossible dreams.
You and me, the Riverwood Trader is everything you need in a general store.
Avalon on your desk?
Ah, a discerning eye you have. That's not just any book, my friend. It's a first edition of Avalon's groundbreaking research. Almost as precious as my golden claw, wouldn't you say? Ario Avalon. A genius. Ahead of his time. His work on sentient automatons? Absolutely revolutionary. Shame it all ended so tragically.
What happened?
Assassins, they say. Slipped into his workshop 6 years ago. Nasty business. Makes you wonder who stood to gain from silencing a mind like his. Here, take this old news pamphlet. It's got the whole story. Morbid stuff, but it's history, eh? No use letting it clutter up my shop. Heard whispers that Avalon had a daughter. Ash, her name is. Works as a mercenary now. A chip off the old block, perhaps.
I like the feel of this one.
My sister Camilla or I will be happy to help you.
One of these days I will sit down and read all of them. I just can't stop exploring. Like father, like son.
Maybe you're looking for something particular. We carry just
What have
about
you got for sale?
anything you could need. Take a look. All right, then.
Ever onwards. I'm a Thane. What does that mean?
It means that the Jarl and the rest of the Hold has deemed you a hero. Who am I kidding? Nowadays, a lot of successful merchants get that title for helping to fill the coffers of Jarls all around the province.
You don't sound very enthusiastic about this.
Look, Irilith and 8 other guards were out there. I knew all of them, including the ones who didn't make it back. Hroki, Tor, Faldir, Jorving, and Oswald. I had known them for years. Now, out of nowhere, some drifter shows up and helps fight a battle that cost us half the soldiers there. I look at the other people in the Jarl's court. Hrongar is a good fighter, but downright stupid. If you haven't met Nazim yet, you'll know what the problem with him is the moment you do. And I'm sure the Greymanes and Battleborns have already asked that you preoccupy yourself with their inane feud. I find it hard to believe that out of nowhere, we're finally getting a respectable member of the Whiterun court. Especially after they came back from a battle that killed 5 of my friends.
Is this going to be a problem?
Not a problem worth worrying over. You're a Thane, I'm a housecarl. I know what my duties are, but I'm an honest woman. I'll make sure you keep breathing, but you need to know my concerns if I'm going to do that. So, are we off to High Hrothgar now then? We could either go through the path near Falkreath, or travel around the throat of the world.
Of course not. I have a couple things to do first.
Fair enough. I can help if you'd like. Going in there might not be the safest thing to do, but I've got your back.
Boosh! This is a surprise. Just die already!
Run.
Be grateful you get to die at my hands. Daedric princes, dragons, leeches. My father saw worse. I wonder if he ever flinched.
Steel yourself. I don't like the looks of this.
Are you worried someone will wander in here? Or
That was nothing.
Just stand still! You still care.
I'll die with my weapon in my hand.
My father was a legionnaire, and my... There was a companion. So bandits generally stayed away from us unless they had the numbers. Getting them was only a matter of time, unfortunately.
Now, no need for weapons. I could see us retiring in a place like this.
Is someone there? you can...
Someone there? Looks like we got ourselves a hero. Huh? Can't hide from me. Where are you? What you gonna do? I have your head. What you gonna do?
That was pathetic. I will smite you for that, you fuck! My mother beat me harder as a child.
Tell you what, you start running so I can stab you in the back. Victory is... You're routed!
The light of the divines flows through me. If another man asks me to get his grandma's necklace from some troll-infested cave, one more time, I swear,